Most people only use a sandwich maker for toast, but it can turn leftover rice frozen dumplings and even one slice of bread into quick, delicious snacks. Today, I'll show you five simple ideas, and the last one is perfect for busy mornings. Almost every home ends up with a little leftover rice from time to time. It's never quite enough for another full meal, but throwing it away feels like such a waste. Let me show you a much more interesting way to turn it into a quick snack. Start with your leftover rice and add a small pinch of salt and pepper. Mix everything well. Now take a small amount of rice in your hands and gently press it into a compact triangle. Don't make it too large. We want these little rice bites to heat evenly and be easy to eat. Next, take a strip of seaweed and wrap it around each triangle. Look at them already, simple little seaweed rice balls made entirely from something that might otherwise have been forgotten in the refrigerator. But we're not finished yet. Place the rice triangles onto your preheated sandwich maker. Give the surface a very light spray of oil to help the rice develop a beautiful golden crust. Close the lid and let the machine do the rest. A few minutes later, open it up. Look at that! The rice is piping hot again, but now the outside has developed lightly golden crispy areas where it touched the hot plates. Transfer everything to a plate while it's still hot. Now, let's break one open. Listen to that slightly crisp exterior. Inside the rice is still soft, warm, and tender. A little leftover rice, some seaweed, and a sandwich maker. That's all it took to turn yesterday's rice into a snack I'd happily make again. But there's still one annoying problem after cooking those rice bites. Look at the plates of the sandwich maker. See those greasy marks left behind. Cleaning can sometimes take longer than the cooking itself. Here's a simple trick I use when cooking something especially greasy. Take a sheet of parchment paper and place it over the bottom cooking plate. Ensure it's large enough to cover the cooking area without hanging near exposed heating elements or interfering with the appliance's proper closing. Now let's put this trick to a real test. I'm using a boneless chicken thigh because it naturally releases quite a bit of fat as it cooks. Place the seasoned chicken on top of the parchment paper, then close the sandwich maker. After the chicken has cooked completely through, open the lid. Look at that beautiful golden surface. The chicken has browned nicely, but now look underneath. Most of the rendered fat and juices have collected on the parchment paper, especially in the little depressions created by the cooking plates. Carefully remove the cooked chicken and place it on a plate. Once the appliance is switched off and cool enough to handle, safely lift the parchment paper by the edges. And here's the satisfying part. All that greasy residue comes up with it. Underneath the cooking plate is dramatically cleaner than it would have been if we'd placed the chicken directly on the surface. The chicken still cooks beautifully, but instead of scrubbing grease out of every little groove afterward, most of the mess leaves with one sheet of parchment paper. I always like to keep a bag of mandu in the freezer. My family loves them, and they're one of those foods that can quickly save the day when someone suddenly wants a warm snack. That's when I reach for my sandwich maker. There's just one little trick that makes frozen mandu turn out much better. Before putting them in, give the cooking plates a very light coating of oil. Now arrange the frozen mandu on the preheated sandwich maker. Close the lid gently. After they're heated completely through according to the package directions, open the lid and take a look. Just look at that color. The pale frozen dumplings we started with now have beautifully golden areas on both sides, with a lightly crisp surface that makes them look much more appetizing. Transfer them straight onto a plate while they're still hot. And of course I have to break one open so you can see inside. Look at that steam. The outside is crisp and golden, while the filling in the center is piping hot and juicy. Would you try cooking frozen mandu this way? Let me know in the comments. With just a few slices of bread, some cheese, and a little orange marmalade, you can make a breakfast that's much more interesting than ordinary toast. Place one slice of sandwich bread onto the bottom plate of your sandwich maker. Mine has a triangular mold that naturally divides the bread into two sections, and we're going to take advantage of that. On 1/2 place a piece of cheese. Keep it near the center so it doesn't leak out around the edges as it melts. On the other 1/2 spoon on a little orange marmalade. Again, don't add too much. A thin layer is enough to give the bread plenty of sweet citrus flavor without spilling out. Now place another slice of bread directly on top. Close the lid and gently press it down. As the sandwich cooks, the hot plates toast both sides of the bread while the triangular ridges press through the center, creating two separate little pockets. A few minutes later, let's open it up. Look at that! The bread has turned beautifully golden and crisp, and our single sandwich has been neatly divided into two triangles. Transfer it to a plate while it's still warm. Now for the best part. Break open the first triangle. The cheese inside has melted completely warm creamy. The orange marmalade has warmed up and soaked slightly into the bread, giving you a sweet, fragrant citrus center. So from just one sandwich, you get two completely different bites, one rich and savory, the other warm and sweet. And since we're already using this triangular sandwich mold, let me show you one more clever way to take advantage of its shape. This time, all you need is one slice of bread and 2 quail eggs. That's it. Place the slice of bread over one side of the sandwich maker. Now look at the other empty triangular section. Crack 2 quail eggs directly into that side. Now carefully close the lid and let everything cook together. A short while later, open it up. Look at what happened. The bread has become warm and lightly toasted with a clear triangular indentation down the middle. Now take the triangular egg portion and place it onto 1/2 of the toast. Fold the other half over the top, and there you have it, a tiny triangular egg sandwich that fits perfectly in your hand. The outside is lightly crisp, while the quail eggs inside are warm and tender. One slice of bread, 2 little eggs, and hardly any preparation. That's breakfast made simple. And that's the last of my sandwich maker tricks for today. This appliance can make much more than an ordinary grilled sandwich. Which trick would you actually try first? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed today's ideas, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who has a sandwich maker hiding in their cabinet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.